right to hold public office.
I'll kindly come back to the House one of these days. We have the Professor Asari, popularly known as Kweku Azar, who championed this dual amendment, citizenship dual amendment, in that we can all make sure that our children, our grandchildren can come back.
27 arrested in police crackdown on illegal mining at Ankasi, Jadem in the eastern region. Later in the bulletin, President John Dramani Mahama calls for calm after deadly clashes in Nkwanta.
Wish to appeal to all those in Nkwanta who are involved in the conflict to please lay down your arms. We should be fighting poverty, not fighting each other.
In CNR business, Finance Minister, after forcing back Central Bank over recent economic intervention, says intervention saved Ghana's economy. And in Channel 1 Sports, Black Queens battle South Africa for Women's Africa Cup of Nations bronze medal. Welcome to the program. Let's begin the bulletin from the Ashanti region, where there is heightened police and military presence in the Askoremampo municipality following a fatal shooting incident Friday afternoon in Aswanse. An unidentified man was gunned down by unknown assailants believed to be on a motorbike. The incident occurred near a local eatery where the victim was reportedly returning to his vehicle when he was ambushed and shot multiple times. Channel 1 News' bureau chief for the Middle Belt, Hafiz Tijani, reports.
Eyewitnesses described the moment gunshots rang out, leaving residents in shock and panic.
Then me who ain't me bo who na me right inside the house. Man, who the bar should be.
She muka tikana bindiga pa. She muka gudu muka sheka kashin table. She muka da bayan sun wuce muka kuma da muka fito muka isa sun buga suna buga bindiga aka suna bin aka she muka ga wani ya sa blue riga. She muka ya fa to ni na mai fugu ma ya sa. Ashe kaman ya fito cikin lori ya ci abinci ya kuma zai zo shiga lori suna kan moto su biyu ne guda ya sa fugu guda dai na gaban da ban ga rigan da ya sa ba.
Police responded swiftly with crime scene investigators cordoning off the area for hours. The victim, who sustained gunshot wounds to the neck and abdomen, was pronounced dead at the scene and later transported to the morgue. This latest killing comes less than a week after a local chief was also shot and killed at his residence in the same Aswanse community, raising tensions and deepening fears among residents. Meanwhile, in a separate development, another shooting incident has rocked the Dinasi community in the Efijakwabiri North District. 2 people were killed and 3 others injured, sparking further anxiety across the region.
Iti amasa amne transfoni de muto ni paso pa enye easy kura se wuhwe mu dia transfoni de amanfo suru pa se de esino ano de mimi hunu fa ho se e contract killing se an robes bia nu a obetuma be ye sa de we ya wanyi sika ka na nyina wo ye aduma ni we ya na odim dika e fa school mu won de mi hu se oye an robes bia sa de.
Residents in both areas are calling on authorities to take immediate and decisive action to restore security.
Ebi esi your friends Ashanti fly side go and then so ebi aba bisi wa ha nti aboye hu pa nti osempe ni fon so gina na omonye nhwehwem na mo fe yi ntu ye se de be ya asumdwe beba ya mantima na sa asumdwe beba Ghana
ozo wa musa bi meze faru bana ta ke na bi kuma ke na da musa bi na kuma zai karu zai zo gaba ba so shi da muna kiran hukuma a taimaka muna sosai muna neman taimakon su sosai.
In response, the Ashanti Regional Security Council has announced new security measures, including restriction on the use of motorbikes after 7 p.m. within the Kumasi metropolis and the Asokoro-Mompo municipality as part of efforts to curb the recent surge in violent crimes.
Now, police have conveyed the body to the morgue after they did their crime scene investigations and examinations. Security officers have also intensified their presence within the community. Hafiz Tijani, Channel 1 News, Aswanse, Ashanti region.
We'll stay with this story a bit longer. Our Middle Belt Bridge Chief Hafiz Tijani has just joined us via Zoom. Hafiz, so on the restriction of the movement of motorbikes beyond 7 p.m. in the Kumasi metropolis, how are residents in Asokoro-Mompo especially reacting to this? Are they backing it, or you sense some frustration?
Well, divided opinions here within the Ashanti constituency because they find it's not a good cause. It's a good time, seconds ago before we came on air, and the number of motorbikes used to take Abu that's very much concern about it. So think that even in areas within the constituency or the area, people are providing their motorbikes. So it starts from but for areas where the police have mounted barricades like this one, you see that they are enforcing the ban. And behind me, you see some police officers sitting there. And all you can hear within the community is the blaring of sirens. That is the police patrol going around the community to ensure that there's some. But people are going about their normal duty here. For jobs who are operating in the night, some of them are operating. People are at the various bus terminals trying to get people to their various destinations. And the police is doing this work. A while ago, we saw the military have come here and the main perspective entering the Ashanti community. They were enforcing this ban, taking all motorbikes and the individuals and the motorbikes and also whatever they were carrying their belongings. But we don't find the ban in full force because you see motorbikes within the area, but police have mounted barricades within the Ashanti constituency in areas where they believe that these are hotspot is affecting that they should help receive some kind of information as far as the hearing is concerned.
Hafiz, how long is this ban supposed to be in force?
Well, the statement from the Advertisements Minister, who is the chairman of the Regional Security Council, has not specified the number of days. So this is coming in the wake of the two incidents, the two people incidents that we experienced. And the Regional Security Council over the week have been meeting, they have been conducting a series of meetings with the traditional authorities, the security officers, and other people involved in this situation, as well as the religious body trying to unravel what has happened, just for this issue to happen. So the minister or the security council is not putting a specific date or a period on the ban, but it is saying that in as much as police continue or as long as police continue their investigation, they will ensure that they also do the security aspect to ensure sanity within the area.
All right, I'm grateful to you, Hafiz. Keep tabs on this story for us. We'll be back and checking with you if there are any other major developments on this particular story. Now, the Ashanti region has become quite notorious for some of these murders. Let's check in with the Member of Parliament for Fijai Kwabre North, Collins Admako Mensah. Now, he is closely connected to one of the victims in the recent spate of shootings in that region. Grateful to you, Honorable Admako Mensah, for joining us. You shared a heartfelt post on Facebook about the tragic loss of someone you knew personally, reportedly killed during one of these robberies in your constituency. Could you tell us more about the relationship you had with this victim?
Well, good evening. It's been a difficult day for me. As you may be aware, Parliament appointed me as a liaison officer between Parliament and the family of our late brother, Ernest Kumi. So today, the family of Ernest Kumi officially informed Parliament about the death of Ernest Kumi. Whilst at it, I also got another side information from the constituency about the death of a young lady who has been quite instrumental in my political journey, who died tragically in the early hours of this morning. She was on her way to Salaga for an interview. She's trying to pursue a course in nursing. She was on her way to Salaga for an interview. Yes. For an interview.
Okay.
And she met her untimely death through an armed robbery. The bus she was in was attacked. And unfortunately, one of the stray bullets hit her, and she passed on. It's been a very difficult day for myself and family, and of course the entire constituency.
I'm sure you must have contacted the police after you were informed of her untimely death. What have they been telling you?
Well, it seems to be quite a targeted attack because nothing was stolen from the bus. There seemed to be, I think they were after one particular person who they wanted, and unfortunately, apparently she was seated close to the same person, and then the bullet also hit her. So it's been quite tragic. The police told me that while the bus got to Damasi, which is our constituency, right, she boarded the bus from Kumasi on her way to Tamale, and when they got to Damasi, a motorbike crossed them, and then they started firing, and unfortunately she got hit by one of the stray bullets.
Well, your region seemed to be gaining notoriety for some of these incidents. There was one in Aswasi today. A few days ago, another one in Aswasi where Kusasi chief was killed very close to his home. I mean, what do you make of what's happening in the Ashanti region? What's going on there?
It's sad. I mean, I hope I wish I had answers for you. It's sad what is going on in the Ashanti region at the moment. I listened to the IGP say that the crime rate gone down, but I'm afraid to say that what I am experiencing in my constituency does not suggest that we are out of the woods yet. I think the Interior Ministry and that of the IGP must step up.
Okay.
To ensure that things come to normalcy. It's getting out of hand.
What is the political leadership there doing right now? Are you setting that there could be a meeting between the Ashanti caucus and RECSEC to sort of find out what exactly is going on and how you guys can help?
We intend to trigger some parliamentary processes. The minister to come to Parliament to brief the House. On the happenings in the Ashanti region. As a caucus, today there's been some discussion on our platforms. And I reckon It's likely we are going to have a personal meeting with the Interior Minister, with the Interior Minister, who happens to also come from the Ashanti region. So we hear from him exactly what the situation is, and then we take it from there. But it's a very sad situation as of now.
All right, Honorable, have our condolences here at Channel 1 TV. We're grateful to you for your time here. That was the Honorable Member of Parliament for Ifijak, Kwabre North, Collins Adumako Mensah. Meanwhile, the Ghana Police Service has arrested 27 male suspects in a major anti-illegal mining operation at Ankasi Jadem near Asman Tamfo in the eastern region. The intelligence-led exercise carried out on Friday, July 25, 2025, targeted several illegal mining sites where the suspects were found actively engaged in unlawful activities. According to the police, some individuals attempted to obstruct and attack officers during the operation, wielding machetes and other weapons in an effort to resist arrest. All suspects are currently in police custody assisting with investigations, while the seized items have been placed under secure protection. The operation is part of the government's continued efforts to clamp down on illegal mining, which has caused widespread environmental destruction across many parts of the country. Now, following recent clashes that have led to the deaths of civilians in Nkwanta and the Oti region, President John Dramani Mahama has made a strong appeal to all groups involved in the conflict to lay down their arms and prioritize peace. He urged community members to work together to restore calm and unity in the municipality, which has been gripped by tension and fear in recent days. President Mahama made the call during a Deva held in the region as part of his thank you tour. Channel 1 News' presidential correspondent Akosio Tre reports.
After touring 15 regions to express gratitude for his election victory, President John Mahama made his final stop in the Oti region, where he reaffirmed his key campaign promises, including the construction of a regional hospital, the establishment of a university, and prioritizing major road infrastructure in the area. His visit came at a tense time following a series of violent clashes in parts of the region, particularly in Nkwanta, which has seen the death toll rise to 7, including a senior high school student. The violence forced schools and businesses to shut down. During the visit, the Oti Regional House of Chiefs made a passionate appeal for urgent security intervention.
The region is currently experiencing serious ethnic and chieftaincy conflicts, and these are of national security concerns. There are pockets of ethnic violence in Nkwanta South constituency, chieftaincy conflicts in Pai Katanga and in KJB Akan constituency, and anticipated ethnic violence in Pasa and its environment. We urgently need the attention of the national security to tackle these conflicts before they take different dimensions. We are also pleading with the government to establish a permanent military base in the region to be situated either in Dambai or in Nkwanta.
The president's response was a strong call to action.
I wish to appeal to all those in Nkwanta who are involved in the conflict to please lay down your arms. When Nana was talking, he asked for the establishment of a military barrack. Why should we be wanting a military barrack? It's because we are fighting. We should be asking for hospitals and schools and jobs and things, not military camps. And when he mentioned it, he said at an appropriate location. And somebody whispered, he said Nkwanta. And so please, let's give peace a chance. Every once in a while, in the security reports, I read very disturbing news about people who have died, including students. It's completely unacceptable. Let's dialogue. Let's use our traditional mechanisms to establish peace, because we have to live together. We're one and the same people. Our common enemy is poverty, not ourselves. We should be fighting poverty, not fighting each other. And so government will make sure that we provide the appropriate security to ensure that people are able to go about their businesses without fear of being harmed.
Now, back in Accra, Deputy Foreign Affairs Minister Designate and Member of Parliament for Asin North, James Chachikwesen, is advocating for constitutional reforms to allow Ghanaians with dual citizenships to hold public office. Appearing before Parliament's Appointments Committee on Friday, Chachikwesen said the current laws restrict access to a vital pool of global talents and investment potential. His call comes on the back of a 3-year legal battle over his own eligibility, which ended in his acquittal. There is more in the following report.
Chachikwesen told the committee he intends to pursue a dual citizenship amendment bill aimed at removing existing barriers and enhancing political participation for Ghanaians in the diaspora.
Remittances from the diaspora alone is one of the major contributors, along with our gold and our cocoa. Those are the 3 leading income GDP for the nation. And to just look at that and not tap into the wealth, the knowledge, the experience, and add it to what we already have home. I'll kindly come back to the House. One of these days we have the Professor Asari, popularly known as Kweku Azar, who championed this dual amendment, citizenship dual amendment, and that we can all make sure that our children, our grandchildren can come back.
The minister-designate also pledged to push for reforms that would allow for the refund of visa application fees, especially for applicants who were unsuccessful, as part of efforts to promote fairness and transparency in consular services.
I personally believe that most of these so-called advanced countries are milking our people. On an average, most African youth, because of lack of opportunities, want to travel outside. A visa is not cheap. Even just the application form alone is about $160. Which could be a month or 2 months pay for some of our youth on a labor. And this means these embassies are collecting this money and denying almost 90% to 95% of them. We have to find a way to streamline this to save youth the money.
Also appearing before the committee was Dorcas Afotofe, MP for Jomoro and Deputy Transport Minister Designate. She proposed strategies to reduce the country's rising number of road crashes, including increased public education and stricter enforcement of traffic regulations.
I would assist my minister to make sure that we put into place measures that would curb that. For instance, by educating the general public, also making sure that we have effective emergency response system, but most importantly, making sure that we enforce the existing laws and regulations.
Next to face vetting was Mohammed Adam Sukbaru, Deputy Minister Designate for Communications, Digital Technology and Innovations. He shared plans to support the sector's digital transformation agenda and collaborate closely with a substantive minister to drive innovation and youth empowerment.
Rapid depletion of data, it is a great concern to all of us, not only limited to the ordinary consumers, if it's cut across, including the members of parliament, where we all use internet for our work. Mr. Chairman, I am aware that the Minister for Communication, my minister, has tasked the National Communication Authority to conduct an investigation into the issue and report back. As I speak, Mr. Chairman, I've been informed that the NCA has commenced an investigation into the matter and a report will be sent to the minister for further decision taking.
This vetting session was quite uneventful. The committee will now prepare its report on this last batch of deputy ministerial nominees and present the report and recommendations to plenary for consideration. From Parliament House here in Accra, Charles Osukumi for Channel 1 News. Now, let's stay in Parliament. The House has passed the Road Maintenance Trust Fund Bill 2025 to establish a dedicated fund aimed at ensuring sustainable financing for the maintenance and rehabilitation of public roads, bridges, and related infrastructure across the country. The passage of the bill follows long-standing institutional and legal challenges confronting the existing road fund, which have hindered the effective financing of routine maintenance and periodic rehabilitation works. Channel 1 News' Nia Yuko has more in this report.
The Finance Minister, Dr. Kasiel Atoforsen, in presenting the 2025 mid-year budget review to Parliament on Thursday, announced plans by the government to rehabilitate 10 kilometers of roads annually in 166 constituencies that are in dire need of road infrastructure. To help achieve this, the Minister for Roads and Highways, Gavin Sagboja, presented to Parliament the Road Maintenance Trust Fund Bill 2025 to help provide a sustainable financing for the rehabilitation of roads and other related projects in the country. This bill was passed by the House on Friday under a certificate of urgency.
This bill is basically trying to restructure the way the road fund works. And indeed, Mr. Speaker, in the past, a road minister can decide that in 12 months, a district or constituency can only benefit from 5 kilometers of reshaping. A road minister can decide because he has the power. I am happy to hand over part of that power to Parliament to determine that every district in 12 months must have a certain level of road maintenance activity, and those activities determined within that district. That is what this bill is about. So it is no longer the prerogative of a road minister to decide by himself alone which district benefits from maintenance across the country. So while the allocations might not be able to fix all the problems, every district will have the determination to be able to do something about that bad section of road within their community. That is what it is about.
As we speak now, because of the delays in setting up or in passing this bill, most of the contractors that are working under the road fund project have not been paid because there's no board in place, governing board in place to ensure the disbursement of allocation of the road fund that are be earmarked for the road fund. So I believe we need to do it now, get it done now, so that the minister will be able to set up, have the governing board in place. Then they can start with the disbursement of funds to various contractors that have performed activities under the road fund.
Maintenance Trust Fund Bill 2025 is duly read the third time and passed.
You are still watching the Channel 1 Newsroom on Channel 1 TV. Still to come. Finance Minister Atoforsen backs Central Bank over recent economic intervention. He says the intervention saved Ghana's economy. Please stay with us. We have details in a moment.
Hey, so mommy, who is going to do my wade jollof?
Oh, Kwame. You know our secret, right?
Yeah. Efia.
Yes, me. I've got it.
Now add your Gino jollof mix.
The perfect blend of tomatoes, pepper, and fine herbs and spices to ensure a consistent taste every time. And there you have it, your original Ghana jollof.
Jollof so good.
Jollof so good. Tasty, yeah.
What is going on here?
Enjoy jollof the Ghana way. Gino jollof is made with the perfect blend of tomatoes, pepper, and fine herbs and spices to ensure a consistent taste every time.
This advert is FDA approved.
Still on the old My DSTV app? Time to make the switch. And yes, it's as easy as it sounds. Just download the new My DSTV app and log in as you normally would. Everything you need is right there. Your account, your settings, your offers. It's a smoother way to pay, upgrade, reconnect, or clear errors. All in fewer steps. No hassle, just more control in less time. Download the new My DSTV app, made to make it easy.
Hey Ghana, so you people know Miss Brother once more. If you knew, it's your boy. Kill them all, kill them all. But this time, I'm not only killing mosquitoes, I am killing the greats. See? This wouldn't have been possible if I didn't have the perfect mosquito-free atmosphere. Thank you, Out Insecticide. And yeah, Out Mosquito Coil. For a mosquito-free atmosphere, trust Out to... You are not serious.
Out Insecticide. So ya boa, faha.
In a fast-growing urban environment like Accra, safety should not be too far-reaching. It should be as easy as ABC. Hear the real stories from those who now feel safe like never before with Response 1.
We were held at gunpoint in our own home, and they got away with it.
We didn't have Response 1 back then. That was the most terrifying experience of our lives.
But after that, we subscribed to Response 1 to ensure that never happens again. The last time the hoodlums tried, we had installed Response 1 monitored alarm system. Their response team arrived, followed by the police, to ensure we are safe.
Don't wait for tragedy to strike. Protect your home with Response 1's monitored alarm system and our theft protection guarantee. Immediate response, real protection. Response 1, stay connected, stay protected.
Welcome back. This is the Channel 1 Newsroom on Channel 1 TV. Next is Channel 1 Business with Ashika Caesar.
Channel 1 Business is brought to you by MTN and Ecobank.
Every day, people have money emergencies. Ma, I need my school fees emergency. Mommy chop money emergency. Emergency. Catch it. I'm your rent emergency. Now, there's a new emergency number in town.
More money, challenge and enjoyment. At the top life we got.
Dial star 770 hash for all your money emergencies and chop life.
Dial star 770 hash for money emergencies and get easy and quick access to your money, loans, and other banking needs. Ecobank, the Pan-African Bank.
Hello, Shika. You're welcome.
Thank you.
You look great.
Thank you. You too.
What do you have for us in business?
The Finance Minister, Dr. Cassiel Atuforsen, says the Bank of Ghana did no wrong with its recent intervention in the economy. He maintains that it was both necessary and effective for the central bank to do so to salvage the economy from any collapse. Speaking on the City Breakfast Show, Dr. Forsen rejected criticisms that the Bank of Ghana's actions were detrimental to Ghana's economic stability. Daniel Udrumenza has more in the following report.
The finance minister explained that far from depleting reserves, monetary authorities added over $2 billion to the country's gross international reserves between January and June, well above the $473 million target set under the IMF program. This, he believes, is economically commendable.
I completely disagree. I would be concerned, obviously, if the central bank intervened at the same time depleting reserves. But they have not depleted reserves. They have accumulated reserves. In fact, we inherited 8.9 billion. They've moved it to 11.2. 11.2. We inherited 4 months of import cover for 8 months. There's 6 months. They've added 0.8 months. Almost 1 month of import cover. By the end of the year, we expect reserves to hit 5 months and more. And so that is not a concern. In fact, IMF reported on the amount, but I did not see them complain.
On the revenue side of things, the minister said government will in the coming days undertake massive reforms to address revenue leakages at the ports.
We have two problems. The first one is massive revenue leakages at Tema Port. In the coming days, I think I may end up relocating my office to Tema Port.
Is that serious?
Yes. It may have to get to that for us to be able to see what is happening.
Now, Ghana and France have signed a bilateral agreement formalizing debt relief for Ghana. As part of its external debt restructuring program, France is the first Paris Class member to offer such relief following Ghana's slide into unsustainable debt levels in the aftermath of the COVID-19 pandemic. At the signing ceremony, Finance Minister Dr. Kassia Latuforsen expressed appreciation to the French government and urged other Paris Club members to consider Ghana's recent economic progress and follow France's lead.
He said that it's only during difficult times that you see your true friends. And we can say, without mincing words, that the French Republic came through handy. And Ghana is extremely grateful for the cooperation. For me, today is a milestone. In fact, a big one. A milestone in the sense that it has taken us some years to get here, but it's the most significant one. The most significant one that will pave way for others to immediately sign. We expect to complete this process as soon as possible so that Ghana can breathe again. We want to begin investment. We've gone through our turbulent times, but we can see that hope is in sight. We can see clearly that the country is recovering from the economic crisis.
Now, staff rationalization appears imminent at state-owned beverage manufacturer Gihog Distilleries as the company's new leadership moves to address deep-rooted inefficiencies, hampering productivity and financial stability. The acting chief executive officer, Jones Bote-Aple, has hinted at a potential trimming of the workforce as part of corrective measures to reposition the struggling company. He says while Gihog remains overstaffed, its output remains disproportionately low.
In 2024, we had a staff count of 520, and we're doing 275 cartons a year. So you can see, when we were 270, we were doing over 600,000 cartons. Now we increased our numbers to 520, and our figures dropped to 275. So it means that when it comes to efficiency, when it comes to staffing, when it comes to what we need to do as a company to boost our revenues, there's a lot that we need to do.
Away from that, the Center for Environmental Management and Sustainable Energy is calling for an audit of past beneficiaries of marine gas oil subsidies, citing revenue losses from alleged abuse and smuggling. The development follows revelations that tax exemptions on marine gas oil created market distortions, enabling diversion of the subsidized product onto the open market, with the government estimating the resulting revenue shortfall at close to 500 million Ghana cedis. The executive director of the Center for Environmental Management and Sustainable Energy, Benjamin Nsia, in a Channel 1 Business News, stressed the need for sanctions against entities found to have engaged in irregularities after government suspended the subsidy on marine gas oil.
I think that we need to audit previous beneficiaries of marine gas oil and then compare those benefits to the consumption of that particular industry. I think it will be able to help us ascertain the fuel that was directed into that particular industry vis-a-vis the balance that was directed onto the market. And we know those who deal in marine gas oil in Ghana. If there is evidence to support, which I think there will be, to support that most of the products loaded as marine gas oil later came into the market as diesel for fuel or for vehicular consumption, then we penalize those.
Now, the Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC, is cautioning the public to be on high alert and avoid investment schemes exhibiting characteristics such as the use of artificial intelligence to mimic voices, videos, and faces, among others. According to the regulator, the schemes are not licensed by the SEC and are structured to defraud the investing public. The warning follows a surge in fraudulent operations using artificial intelligence to imitate public figures and promote fake opportunities through manipulated audio and video content. The Commission also outlined other red flags, including the unauthorized use of images or names of influential individuals, government officials, regulators, and business leaders in promotional materials to create a false sense of credibility. It further noted that some of these schemes often operate anonymously on social media platforms and digital channels without providing verifiable physical addresses, licenses, or contact people, making it difficult to trace or hold them accountable. Let's now bring you an update on how the currency is performing on the interbank market. And that's it for Channel One Business. I am Nashika Caesar. Charles?
Thank you, Shika. Let's do some other stories now. And the Advertisements Municipal Assembly has pledged to create about 5,000 jobs as part of its newly launched long-term development plan. The 12-year plan provides a comprehensive roadmap for inclusive growth across the municipality with a focus on infrastructure, employment, and essential services. Channel One News' Manuel Ayama has more in this report.
The 12-year long-term development plan is being described as a transformative blueprint for the Advertisements municipality. It prioritizes critical sectors such as education, healthcare, employment, agriculture, flood control, and waste management, all aimed at building a cleaner, safer, and more resilient community. At the heart of the plan is the creation of over 5,000 jobs alongside the digitization of 70% of the Assembly's service delivery. Municipal Chief Executive Alfredo Sini Anyete emphasized the Assembly's commitment to inclusive development and infrastructure renewal.
We realize that our population will be increasing, but our land space will not increase that much. In fact, we won't increase at all. So we have to plan ahead and ensure that when our population increases, we have equal access to education, health, and other infrastructure for our people. So we came up with the idea of planning ahead of time so that when the population increases, like it was said, we're able to accommodate everybody.
Supporting the Assembly's vision, acting head of the local government service, Professor Lord Mensah, pledged to deploy the necessary human resources to help bring the plan to life.
As a local government, our job is to ensure that we feed all the assemblies, the human resource required to execute their plan. And I can tell you that as far as the next 12 years is concerned, I will ensure that all the human resource required to execute this plan is provided.
Speaking to the media, Deputy Minister for Local Government, Chieftaincy and Religious Affairs, who is also the MP for the area, Retena Odole Sowa, encouraged other assemblies to replicate La Advertisements' forward-looking strategy and assured the Assembly of her ministry's full support.
With His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, there are plans for the various assemblies to implement in the various districts. And LADMA started this initiative a while ago when the other municipal chief executive was around. He started the vision and put the plans in place. And so we saw the need to launch this plan so that it will not just be in our heads, but it will be on paper that we take it and then implement. And so we are looking forward to the current municipal chief executive and the entire assembly, all of us as constituents of Advertisements, to support the implementation of this long-term development plan.
Now, authorities in the Wutusenya East Municipality say steps are being taken to expand educational infrastructure in the municipality. Now, this comes amid growing concerns of overcrowding in public schools, which is leaving little to no room for fresh admissions. Our Central Regional Correspondent, Akwesiado, has more in the following report.
In the Wutusenya East Municipality, most of the 68 public basic schools operate a shift system. Yet, overcrowding remains a major challenge, hampering effective teaching and making it difficult to monitor student activities. The situation is especially dire in popular schools such as St. Mary's Anglican Basic School, where classroom space is stretched to its limits.
Because of the inadequacy of infrastructure in our schools, giving way to some of the students to be staying out of school, some to come, and because of that, they take advantage and run away because of the shift system.
The Ghana Education Service says the lack of adequate classroom infrastructure, among other challenges, continues to undermine quality teaching and learning across the municipality.
Because of the numbers and lack of furniture, they have to sit together. It affects academic work. The teacher is not able to even move through to check what the students are doing at a time.
In an earlier report by Channel 1 News, the Education Directorate warned that schools may soon be unable to admit new pupils if the infrastructure gap persists.
There are a lot of things that are being put in place, make sure that we accommodate new students coming in, like infrastructure. We are going to build more classrooms. I think this year we are going to do about KGs, about 2 or 3. Then the primary level 2, we are going to do about 3 or 4 schools.
Municipal Chief Executive Seth Sabase Wanubanini told Channel 1 News that the Assembly is also working to complete stalled school projects to ease pressure on existing facilities.
The 12-unit projects that began under the ex-President Mohammed's administration is going to be completed and commissioned and finished. There will be innovative work around the existing ones.
Now, following growing complaints from residents of Kumasi about the increasing presence of foreign child beggars in the Ashanti regional capital, the regional minister has announced plans to take decisive action, including deportation of those involved. Channel 1 News' Ashanti regional correspondent Fatih Aminu Ibrahim has the details.
Chairman of the Ashanti Regional Security Council, Dr. Frank Amwakohene, has indicated that the council is prepared to replicate measures taken in Accra in May 2025 when the Ghana Immigration Service deported over 2,000 foreign street beggars. The minister stressed that the issue of child begging poses both a national security concern and a public health challenge, particularly regarding adolescent health.
And we have issues affecting the adolescents here which inadvertently affect their health. The streetism, street beggars, and child labor as affects most of our very vulnerable ones. The government of His Excellency, the President, in few months in office, have taken key steps in making sure we address some of these key issues. I mentioned the issue of the Tinker Island and also with the issue of the street beggars. I'm sure most of you saw the raid that occurred in Accra. Very soon we'll have a similar exercise here in Ashanti region where we will mobilize and then get all these children off.
The minister made these remarks at the Ghana chapter of the 48th Annual General and Scientific Meeting of the West African College of Physicians in Kumasi. The event themed opportunities and challenges in adolescent health in Ghana saw him highlight government interventions, including efforts to curb drug abuse and improve adolescent healthcare delivery. In a significant health sector update, the minister assured residents that the government is committed to operationalizing both the Silwa Regional Hospital and the Afari Military Hospital by the end of 2025. These two facilities have remained incomplete for years, prompting concern among traditional authorities and residents who have questioned the delays despite the hospitals being near completion.
Silwa in 1 year time, that's the timeline from the president. And whether it was commissioned or wasn't commissioned, I think that you can do as the honest and visit the place. Construction is still ongoing, so we need to complete them and it will take like 1 year to finish. Afari Military Hospital, same. But that one we are hoping to complete it this year.
On the broader health infrastructure agenda, the minister stated that plans are underway to complete some of the Agenda 111 hospital projects initiated under the previous government. He also mentioned efforts to complete the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology Teaching Hospital. The minister emphasized that the completion of these projects will significantly reduce pressure on the Komfo Anokye Teaching Hospital and improve healthcare access across the Ashanti region.
And the Ashanti Regional Minister has assured of this government's commitment to improving healthcare delivery in the region. For Channel 1 News, I'm Patty Amin Ibrahim, Ashanti region.
This is still the Channel 1 Newsroom on Channel 1 TV. Still ahead. Ghana's Black Queens currently drawing 1-1 with South Africa for the Women Africa Cup of Nations bronze medal. The news will be back shortly. Please stay with us.
DSTV means choosing.
Amazing acting.
Best friending while streaming.
Front row at the gaming and superfanning while on the going. Winning! Binging and blockbustering. While others are white ricing, you're jolloffing.
This looks so good.
With something for everyone. Anything is possible when you're DSTVing. Start today with all sorts of packages to match your...
Every day is packed with its own surprises. You never know which thrill is around the corner.
Feel good! Feel good!
Or how it will play out. There's a sense of excitement.
Did our plane just stop? Another cash out.
That adds a little magic to my everyday.
Feels like a party tonight!
If I can complete a marathon, then I can overcome any situation that comes my way.
Register now for the ABSA Black Star Marathon, because your story matters.
Wake up in the morning feeling super fine. Let's go, don't got no time, yeah. Turn it up, I'ma strut my stuff. You see me walking on the block, can't get enough. Like, nobody can touch me. They wanna be like me. But I got no time to get up, get up, get up. Now let's go. We gotta move on up. We gotta move on up. We gotta move on up. We gotta.
Play me for it.
It's go time.
We gotta move on up. We gotta move on up.
Call me.
We gotta move on up. We gotta move on up. Now let's go.
Beautiful.
Get up.
Wow.
Get up, let's go.
Decent cross, wasn't going for it. Up towards goal. That's a superb finish.
When it's go time to supercharge your hustle, make it go time for GoTV.
Get down, now let's go.
Love it.
Thank you for staying with us. Up next on the Channel 1 Newsroom is Channel 1 Sports with Bernarda Beku-Ocher.
Hey Charles, how
are we getting bronze?
It looks like, because it's still 1-1 and it's 90 plus 6, so there's no goal still.
Yeah, the Queens, they deserve something. I mean,
yeah,
for what they've shown in this tournament,
absolutely.
I think they deserve bronze at least.
It's true, because we all were thinking that it was not going to happen against South Africa. It did not happen. We were thinking it was not going to happen against Mali, but it did happen. Then against Tanzania, then against Algeria. Morocco, hard luck. We should win something. We should bring some $350,000 home.
All right, then.
Let's get into it, shall we? Now, the Black Queens are currently drawing against South Africa in a third-place match of the ongoing Women's African Cup of Nations. Well, the game is being played at the Stade Moulay Hassan in Rabat with $350,000 in prize money up for grabs for the winner. This marks Ghana's best run at the WAFCON since 2016. Meanwhile, the final is set for this weekend as defending champions Nigeria prepare to face host nation Morocco in a highly anticipated showdown. Let's talk about Liverpool now. A known Liverpool signing, Hugo Ekitike, has described Anfield as mad with crazy funds after completing his move to the Premier League champions. The 23-year-old striker joins from Eintracht Frankfurt in a deal worth £69 million with a further £10 million possible in add-ons. Ekitike says he feels proud, calling the move a perfect step after a breakout season in the Bundesliga with 15 goals and 8 assists.
I've been dreaming to come play in the Prem and play for Liverpool. Obviously, it's a big good feeling for me, and yeah, I just can't wait to start to play games and to win trophies and have success here.
The captain here at Liverpool, Virgil van Dijk, coined this phrase over the summer that it was always Liverpool, and it's caught a life of its own now. Does that resonate with you, that this was always going to be the club for you next?
Yeah, for me that was the right choice. The way the club work, what I've heard about the people here. So yeah, the atmosphere, the fans, the stadium, the way they improve players. Already champion of the Prem. It's the best team in England, so even one of the best teams in the world. So.
Well, that's the very latest from the world of sport. And I am Bernard Abeko at Rich House. Over to you.
Thank you. We're hopeful that the Queens will bring back the
Oh, we should. I mean, yesterday, the Speaker of Parliament spoke well about the Queens. The majority leader as well spoke well about them. And, you know, the GFA president as well. And they've played something good.
Yeah, I think they'll be disappointed if they come home empty-handed.
No, we should bring a medal.
Well, that'll be all for this edition of the Channel 1 Newsroom on Channel 1 TV. Before we go, though, let's recap our headlines. Heightened security in Askoremampong following fatal Aswasi shooting. Deputy Foreign Affairs Minister Designate and Member of Parliament for Asin North, James Jatukwesen, pushes for dual citizens' rights to hold public office. 27 arrested in police crackdown on illegal mining at Ankasi Jedem in the eastern region. And President John Mahama calls for calm after deadly clashes in Nkwanta. Please visit our website channel1news.com for more information on our top stories and more. Subscribe to Channel 1 TV on YouTube for more exclusive video content from Channel 1 TV. I'm Charles.